Welcome to In the Blink of My Eye, tales of strange visions and journeys into twisted realms. Deep in the oak forests of the West, ancient, long-forgotten magic still binds the folk to the land. The castings and weavings of those that lie in the tombs that command the hills to this day still resonate in our hearts. On one such ancient burial mound, on a crisp, mist-laden morning, a young archaeologist brushes away the soil from the first tantalizing glimpse of bone. With great care, she slowly exposes the delicate, thousands of years old skulls of a horse and a weasel. To everybody's surprise, the two skulls are perfectly intact as they are gently lifted from their rest. No other bones were found in this tomb. A gentle breeze flutters across the field and into the last of the autumn leaves of the forest that surrounds the tomb, as the cold, weary diggers down their trowels and spades and head off for a brew. Just in the tree line, out of view, sits a woman on a mighty war horse. She wears a rough woolen cloak, dyed a deep blue that matches the woad streaks painted on her face and matted into her braided hair. A weasel dozes on her shoulder, curling into her neck like a scarf. She raises a hand, and with a subtle, almost dispassionate flick of her finger, the old burial mound shudders. The skies become as dark as an eclipse. The earth begins to rise, the dark, rocky soil spilling and tumbling over the top of itself. When there is a large, fresh mound, the movement ceases. The archaeologists, fresh from their break and oblivious to the shuddering earth, stop and stare, struck dumb by this sudden, stark transformation of the land. Thrust into the peak of this new mound is a gleaming sword, ancient in age and yet looking newly forged. As they stand, rooted, the woman on the horse swirls out of the mist and up onto the mound. She leans out of her saddle and slowly draws the sword from the earth, her eyes following the shining point as she raises it skyward. Then, still holding the sword high, her gaze turns to the small group of people nervously shifting in front of her. Without thinking or prompting, they slowly get to their knees. All hail the new queen of the land.